Ravenwood, a small town in Montana, was the kind of place where everyone knew each other. With a population just under 3,000, it was the kind of town where people left their doors unlocked, and crime was nearly non-existent. That all changed on the night of October 14, 2024, when the town was rocked by one of the most gruesome murder cases in its history. The victim, Ellie Mercer, a 27-year-old schoolteacher, beloved by her students and admired by the community. She had been engaged to her longtime boyfriend, Ryan Calloway, and was just months away from her wedding. But on that fateful night, Ellie's life was cut short in the most brutal way imaginable. Ellie had spent the evening at a local cafe with her best friend, Claire Donovan. They had been discussing wedding plans, sipping on pumpkin spice lattes as the autumn breeze rolled through town. Claire recalled Ellie being excited yet slightly anxious. She had received an anonymous note earlier that day that read, "You don't know the truth. Meet me at Hollow Creek Bridge at midnight." At first, Ellie thought it was a prank, but something about it unsettled her. Claire urged her to ignore it, but Ellie, always curious, decided she needed to find out. That was the last time anyone saw Ellie alive. The next morning, a jogger running near Hollow Creek Bridge made a horrifying discovery. Ellie's body was found sprawled near the edge of the creek, her throat slit, her engagement ring missing. Her phone was shattered a few feet away, and written on the damp wooden planks of the bridge in what appeared to be her own blood were the words, "He knows." The town was in shock. Who had done this? What did Ellie know? And who was he? Detective James Holloway, a veteran investigator, was brought in to handle the case. His first suspect was Ryan Calloway, the fiancé. Ryan claimed he had been home all night watching a football game, but his alibi was weak. No one could confirm his whereabouts. Even more suspiciously, he didn't seem as devastated as one would expect. Then there was Daniel Whitaker, Ellie's ex-boyfriend. He had a history of jealousy and had once threatened Ryan in a drunken rage, claiming Ellie should have been his. But Daniel had been working a night shift at a gas station miles away with security footage to prove it. With both men ruled out, the case took a strange turn when detectives found Ellie's missing engagement ring hidden inside a box of old newspaper clippings in her attic. The clippings were all about a 20-year-old cold case involving a missing woman named Margaret Lane. Margaret Lane had vanished in 2004, last seen near Hollow Creek Bridge. The case was never solved, and the only suspect at the time was her boyfriend, who also happened to be Ellie's father, Richard Mercer. Ellie had never spoken about her father. He had left town when she was young, and no one knew where he had gone. But as the investigation deepened, police discovered something chilling. Richard Mercer had returned to Ravenwood just weeks before Ellie's murder. His old truck was found parked in a nearby motel lot. Inside, investigators found a blood-stained hunting knife and a torn piece of Ellie's scarf. After days of searching, police tracked Richard Mercer to a remote cabin in the woods. He tried to flee, but was quickly apprehended. In the interrogation room, Mercer broke down and confessed to everything. Ellie had uncovered the truth. Her father had killed Margaret Lane decades ago and buried her near Hollow Creek Bridge. She had started digging into the case, and when she got too close to the truth, her father silenced her. "I couldn't let her ruin everything." She wouldn't stop asking questions. The town was horrified. The man who had once been a respected member of the community had been hiding a monstrous secret for decades. Richard Mercer was charged with 2 counts of murder, Margaret Lane's cold case, and Ellie's recent death. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. As for Ravenwood, the town would never be the same. The bridge where Ellie's body was found was torn down, replaced with a memorial in her honor. Claire Donovan, Ellie's best friend, started an organization for women's safety and missing persons awareness in her memory. Detective Holloway later admitted that this was one of the most haunting cases he had ever worked on. She was so close to the truth. If only she had come to the police first. And that's the chilling story of the Sinister Secrets of Ravenwood. A murder that unraveled decades of buried secrets and exposed the dark past of a seemingly peaceful town. If you found this story gripping, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more terrifying true crime cases. Thanks for watching, and remember, some secrets should never be uncovered. Stay safe.